So right now we are here at this place called Narthamalai Vijayalaya Choleeswaram. This is actually the Vijayalaya Choleeswaram hill temple. After walking for almost half a kilometer up this mountain, we can see this structural temple that has been built right on top of the hill. We can see that it is a structural temple here. Generally, what happened was that we would have read that structural temples evolved after cave temples during the Pallava period. For instance, in Panimalai, a structural temple was built on top of a hill. The reason they gave for that was generally people thought that temples could only be built where stones were available. With that simple thinking, man started breaking stones to build temples in that style. He would have followed that style there. But the drawback was that you had to cross a huge mountain just to reach the temple. When that is the case, there is no real specialty to it. It does not make much of a difference between cave temples and structural temples. So it was only after that they realized that structural temples could be built anywhere we want. The idea emerged that we could build them in places of our choice. We would have read about this regarding the Panimalai temple, and the same thinking seems to apply here too. Right next to the cave temple, there are these structural temples that were built later, and to see them, you actually have to walk for almost half a kilometer all the way up the hill. That is the situation here at this place. But right now, right opposite to that, there are two cave temples. One of them is dedicated to Lord Vishnu, known as Patinen Vinagaram, which is a Vishnu temple, and the other one is the Paligaliswara temple, which is a Shiva temple carved right into the rock there. Even though it looks like a small cave temple from the outside, the thing is that, well, you see only the path, the entrance looks like you can just go inside the Shiva temple. But once you are inside, it is almost 8 by 8 in size, carved out as a proper spacious cave temple. Lord Shiva is present inside. Sadhan Budhi, who belonged to the Muttaraya dynasty, was the one who built this temple. After that, what happened was the hill, well, they say there was some heavy rain and it was destroyed due to flood damage. How such damage occurred on top of this hill is a mystery, is a big question mark, because saying it was destroyed by rain on top of this hill, such a massive amount of destruction like that is highly unlikely. I do not know for what reason that temple was destroyed. But then they say that later on it was a king named Malan Viduman renovated it. It was during the period of Vijayalaya Chola that they actually fixed it all up for good, you see. Well, it is said that this temple was actually built around the 8th or 9th century AD. Right next to it, there is a lake that was constructed, and because of the construction, they have newly built and established that construction. They say that there are ancient stone inscriptions found there regarding that. Generally, there is a path around the inner sanctum of a temple, much like in our very own Kanchi Kailasanatha temple. When you go inside the sanctum, there is a circumambulatory path around it, a sacred corridor called a Thiruchutru. They say the exact same thing exists here too. Because it is all locked up right now, we cannot really see it. But it is definitely there. What they say is if you ever go to that temple, you should definitely take a look at it. In the Kanchi Kailasanatha temple, they actually allow you to go inside there, and it is just like our current life itself, the one we are living right now. After finishing that and going all the way around and coming back to this side, it is believed that you are being born as a completely new person. They say it is just like that here as well. What it is that there are paintings of the early Pandyas right inside it, inside that cave. There are paintings of the early Pandyas in there. Generally, in our own Tanjavur Brihadiswara temple, there are Chola paintings around the inner sanctum sanctorum in the exact same way. Similarly, the fact that there are paintings from the early Pandya period itself makes this place a very special and significant spot. Specifically speaking, they say there are 8 sub-temples around this temple, and out of those 8 temples, only 6 of them are still standing now. 2 of those temples have been completely destroyed. Now, do you see those on that side? All of these things, these are for the sun and the moon. They say there are 8 such temples in total. Among those 8, we can only see 6 of them right now. Generally, I mentioned that this temple was in a ruined state, did not I? It is commonly said that it was destroyed by rain, and they say there are old photos as evidence of that in the Pudukottai museum. The Archaeological Survey of India, which is often referred to as the ASI, has now completed a full renovation and has maintained the structure in its current form. There are actually some historical records. Let's say the rocks cut from this hill were taken from here to build the Thanjavur Pragadiswara temple. In terms of engineering and construction, just like how we study today, like the front view, the side view and so on, we have studied all these things, have not we? We are looking at the same elephant completely from the front right now. Similarly, there are some places where they have carved in the sculpture how it would look if seen from the side. We will see that in a bit. On this platform in front of this cave temple, usually you can see there are structures like those yalis, this elephant, then the lion, or even the Makara yalis and similar structures. In that, if we look at what is special, like I said before, this is the side view of the elephant and this is the front view of it, all in a single stone. that kind of their imagination. Just look at it. I mean, they have carved this sculpture here in a way that shows an elephant from the front and the side. We would have seen the Dwarapalakas earlier. In the Pallava style, it was standard to have these gatekeepers or Dwarapalakas standing right at the front. And this temple also has these kinds of gatekeepers